What's up? Oh, I see the sun is peeping through. It's coming in, it's coming down. I'm gonna have to fix that. But thank you for tuning in. We's talking sports tonight. We're talking sports. So don't go nowhere. Fix this sun. I'll see you in a little bit. Enjoy the intro. And we are back, and the sun is gone. Welcome to the See Through It podcast. I am your host, Brian Sales. How are you guys doing tonight? Tonight we're talking sports. You know, it hasn't been a lot going on in the sports world, but we're gonna talk a little NFL, some NASCAR, and some things that I didn't like or things that I am missing about sports or hoping that will take place in the sports world. So before we get into all of that, let's go ahead and run through our promos. You know, we got to promote things and let you guys know what's upcoming and what's new and what's old and blah, blah, blah. So let's go ahead and jump into it. As you see, here's the contact if you need to get in contact. If you are watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Give it a thumbs up, like it, share it, comment, join the conversation there. Also, if you'd like to donate to the show, paypal.me /SeeThroughIt. Follow me on Twitter at SeeThroughIt1. Follow me on Twitter. I'm on there kind of often. You know, I have some good conversations going on. Facebook, need that page to hit them likes. So make sure you go to that Facebook page and give me those likes. Get that number up to 500 so we can get to 1,000 and keep setting goals. Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. And if you want to contact me, email me at SeeThroughItPodcast@gmail.com if you are interested in collabing on a episode. Also, something new. As you see it right there, something new. I've had this before, but I didn't really push it in season 2. So season 3, I am going to push the audio, and here you go. Here's the audio. If you don't want to see my face, you don't want to watch the live show, here's the audio version of the show. You can listen to it on Anchor.fm, Breaker, Spotify, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Stitcher, and Google Podcasts. Right now I'm working on getting on Apple Podcasts, so stick with me. But for all the people that don't want to watch videos and watch the live show while they have multiple things going on, I understand that. So I'm bringing back the audio because I used to have audio and I got away from the audio, but now I'm doing audio and video. So I hope you will go there and check me out on the audio side. A big shout out to Mr. White for his donations and support to the show. If you're in Tennessee and you need some tires or some service done to your big trucks or whatever you need done, check him out. Tell him I sent you. There will be no discounts. This is confirmed. But tell him I sent you. He's a good, hardworking guy. He's been in the business for a very long time. So make sure you go and check him out if you are in Tennessee or if you're passing through and you need a tire because it went flat or whatever. Check him out there. So back to the main topic. Well, we got three points. We got 3 key points that we're going to hit on today. I was struggling actually because I knew I was going to do sports all week, and I was like, man, I need something. I don't have anything. What are we going to talk about? I don't know what we're going to talk about. And the NFL, out of the blue, comes in with something unreasonable, something I do not agree with, something that I don't think they thought it all the way through. Hello, Mallory. Hello. I hope I don't know if you tried YouTube, but I definitely talked to the people at YouTube, and I mean not YouTube, but the people that's supposed to be streaming my stuff to YouTube, and they said they fixed it, but I'm not sure. I guess there's still a hang up somewhere, but hopefully we'll get that fixed and worked out. We're still early in the season, as you see, is episode 3, but thank you for tuning in. Aloha. all the way from Hawaii. The NFL went and did something crazy. But we'll jump into that in a little bit. First thing I want to talk about with the NFL. How you doing, Mr. White? First thing I want to talk about with the NFL are the uniforms. And we're just gonna go. We're gonna look at some. Yeah, as you see there, the Patriots saying this is their new uniform. It looks the same from last year. You're missing the head, I guess. It's the same uniform. I don't like that uniform. It looks the same. It looks like they didn't really use any creativity to put it together. It's the same uniform. Instead of saying new uniform, say we tweaked. We took something away. Don't say new uniform. That's not new. That was your rush uniform. If anything, that was your rush uniform. The rush uniform. Y'all remember those? They wore those on Thursdays. You know, every NFL team had a rush uniform that they wore on Thursdays that was hideous. And I think a lot of these teams saved these uniforms. So the Patriots, they get an F on that one because they didn't change anything. You lied. Now, the Rams. I don't like the blue. It's too bright. Eric Dickerson was on and said that he felt like the uniforms were soft. It was surf style. It was too soft. And I'm looking at it. I'm going to have to say it's like a baby blue, a baby yellow. It's not aggressive. The helmets. I mean, I like the horns, I guess. Yeah, that's the horns. Other than that, that blue has to go. I mean, they changed their uniform, but they changed it to that. How do you guys feel about the Rams' new unis? These are their new uniforms, and I'm gonna have to say that's an F. I don't like it. I want to know who's in these people's creative departments because it's not okay. I don't know how you said this is the one we're gonna go with. I want to know what were the other designs. What were the other designs? We're gonna see. Here's the new logo. Now, I like the logo. How do you feel about the logo? I like the logo. You got the LA, the A comes off on the other side with the horn curling under. Rams, the ram head look nice. I can get behind that. So somewhere between the logo and the actual design of the uniform, they lost it. I wonder, was it two different people creating this? Because that doesn't look like the uniform. They should have went with this guy or this woman or whoever. They should have went with their design and had them design the uniforms. So I mean, I like the logo. The logo's nice. I'll say an A for the logo. And then we go with the coats, as you see there. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? I mean, what did they change? The coats market this as a new uniform. I see nothing new about it. If you look at the blue and white at the upper right corner, left hand corner, the C has the state, the Indiana state in there. That's it. Everything else is subpar. These uniforms, I don't get it. I don't get how they are claiming that these are new. And then we have the Chargers. The Chargers I can deal with. Like over time, I've developed a like for the Chargers. No, Mr. White says no comment on the uniforms. They're horrible. I don't know who designed these uniforms. The Chargers uniform honestly has grown on me. I've seen it when it first came out and I was like, ugh. And now after looking at it, I'm like, I see two uniform combination that I do like. The blue top with the white bottom and the white top with the yellow, I guess. The dark blue and the dark blue, I can't get with. I don't feel like that's their uniform. And then we have the Bucks. What did they change? They took away the orange. You get the idea. Everyone, they didn't really do any changing of the uniforms. All these teams should have came out and said, we tweaked. We took some things away. We did a slight modification. To say that these were new, I mean, they went all the way back. What's new about that? We've seen this before. We've seen this before. The Atlanta Falcons. I do like the Atlanta Falcons. It's basic, but it looks like they should win some games. You know what? They almost look like Georgia. That black, they almost look like Georgia. This could be the Georgia Bulldogs uniforms. If that's the case, they're not going to have a good season. If that's the mashup that they're doing, that's not a good look for Atlanta Falcons. But I mean, you see where I'm going. The uniforms, I don't like it. I don't approve. If all of them, I would have returned them all, except the logo. The Rams logo was on point. I liked the Rams logo because that was decent. As we move away from those hideous uniforms, we're going to talk about something even more hideous. The NFL is proposing, or I think they're trying to implement, or trying to get the owners on board with, if you hire a minority, it will improve your chances of getting a better draft pick, or improve your chances in the draft for the lottery, I guess. What are we doing? Why? Why are we doing this? Why does the NFL thinks that is okay to do? Who thought of this plan? Like, we're bribing the owners to hire a minority so they can get a better draft pick to improve their draft. Like, why are we not just implementing that? Hey, you need to actually sit down with someone that does not look like you and do a real interview. And then at the end of that interview, while we have one of our league reps in the office with you while you're conducting this interview, you go through and say why or why not you're not hiring this person. Why or why not they're not moving on to the next round. Like some transparency. So instead of trying to bribe them to improve their stock in the draft, that's ridiculous, because basically what's going to happen is that team fails in the first year, they're getting fired. There's no reason to hold on to them. So basically they brought them in, they got the improvement. You can't take that back. Now they're pushed out the door and they get the guy that they wanted. Let's see. Mr. White says, let's bring this up close. The Rams will use gender-specific individuals to conduct the interviews. That's that's rough. But something has to be done. Like, you need to have someone to hold them accountable. Like saying that we'll improve your draft stock or improve your chances in the draft to get a better pick. That's blackmail. That's bribery. Not blackmail, bribery. Instead of actually doing your job as league owner, and if you are saying you want minority in these positions, then make it happen. Hold these owners responsible for not sitting there and actually doing a proper interview, and then being transparent enough to say, you know what, I'm not saying make it public and go on ESPN or CBS or whatever and say we're not hiring him because he didn't fit this. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, you have the league rep in there and you're doing an interview, and at the end of the interview, you tell the league rep why this person wasn't hired. And then that league rep goes back, and I'm sure they have an HR department. And he takes that information back to the HR department to make sure he is within policy, within regulations. And then you go from there. If the candidate does not fit what you're looking for, that is fine. I am fine with that. But to sit there and be for bribery, I don't like it. I don't like it. It doesn't feel right. Because like I said, they can hire him in, and then he can get fired midway through the season or at the end of the season or after the draft, before the draft. Like I don't like it. There's another way to do it. There's a better way. There's a way where you can be transparent and really give everyone an opportunity for jobs in the NFL and in the coaching ranks in the front office. There's a way to do it without having people question your every move. If you do it the right way and be transparent and not be sneaky, because this is sneaky. This says sneaky all over it. This is so sneaky. If I was a person that was looking to become a GM and I knew this was, I'm sitting at home, I'm writing up my resume, and I know I've talked to a couple of NFL teams, and this is what comes across the line in ESPN. Oh, by the way, I don't want to get off subject, but I hope you are enjoying the ticker. Look at the ticker. Look at it. Back on topic. Oh, I just forgot what I was saying. Wow. But if I saw that come across the TV on ESPN, I'm not gonna feel comfortable with that. There's no way, as a man, and I know pride is bad, but a prideful man, I'm gonna walk into your front office and expect to have a fair chance at like being able to show that I can do the job and that I deserve the job, without worrying that hey, if we have a rocky start, or they're just pushing me in so they can get a better chance at a Lawrence Lawrence or whatever new kid is hot in college football. That doesn't sit with me well, and I'm pretty sure other people that are applying for these positions, it doesn't sit well with them either. So I asked the NFL. I hope you guys, they're probably not even listening to me, but still, someone let these guys know that is not the way. That is not the way. You have an HR department. You have policies and regulations. And if your policies and regulations don't line up, that is benefiting everyone who's applying for these positions, change the policy. Fix your policies and your regulations so that everyone is following them. If they're finding loopholes, close those loopholes up. Tighten them up. Don't let them slip through the cracks. Find it, fix it, and be transparent while doing so. Be transparent. The NFL has a black eye on stuff like this because they're not transparent. They don't feel like they have to tell us anything. And I mean, it's their league. The owners, it's their league. They don't have to say nothing. I mean, are they hurting for the money? Are they hurting for views? No. I mean, people tuned in to watch the NFL draft, and everything was webcam. And I felt like the NFL draft was like telegraphed anyway. Like all the players already knew where they were going. I mean, the responses from these players were, from majority of them was not shocked or like, yeah, it was okay. It was cool and collected. Like, or maybe because it was the environment, but the NFL is not hurting for, people say their image is hurt, but I don't see it. I don't see it at all. I mean, when you have superstar players carrying the league and the front offices are doing whatever they want, and I mean, they still got Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and all these other good football players that are just, you want to watch them. So do I feel like they would change their policy to make sure it's transparent and fair and equal to all? No, I think this is the route they're going to go, and it's just, I have a bad feeling about it. Like, I don't trust it. I don't believe in it. It is garbage, in my opinion. Straight garbage. On to the next. We've got Aaron Rodgers, and I'm pretty sure he's feeling like the Packers draft choice was straight garbage. I'm sure Aaron Rodgers was sitting there hoping to get a weapon, get some extra help, and that's not what they did. and I understand it. The Packers are trying to prep for the future. They want someone that's going to sit behind Aaron Rodgers for at least 2 to 3 years. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Aaron Rodgers got 2, 3 years left in his that arm and that body. He can still fling that ball. I mean, although they got blown out by the San Francisco 49ers, that wasn't on him. That was on the defense, that offensive line. He needs some more help. He needs some more help. And I'm pretty sure he felt blown away. They picked up Jordan Love as a quarterback instead of getting some help on the O-line or a running back or some of these top players as playmakers in the first round. Will he finish his career as a Packer? No. You know what? Let me take that back. He might do one of those things where he goes to another team, plays there for a little bit, and then, it's time to call it quits. He'll come to the Packers, sit on the bench for 1 year, get that check of, you owe me because I did take you to the Super Bowl, and when I was here, I was a bad man, borrowing that from Stephen A. But sit on the bench and then retire. So I feel like he'll still retire something like Brett Favre. No, I think Brett Favre left. He retired in Minnesota and then showed up at the Packers stadium. But yeah, I don't know where else he can go. Like, if he was to go somewhere, where would he go? Patriots? I don't think that relationship will work very well. Patriots, Bill Belichick and Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers like to control. Bill Belichick's not doing that. That's Nick Saban. That's not happening. Where could he go that would be a good fit for him? This is going to be the talk once, football starts up again. This is going to be the talk. Aaron Rodgers, is he leaving? Is he going? What's going to happen? Blah, blah, blah. We want to hear about it if we ever get any football. So those are my feelings on the NFL and everything that the NFL is doing right now. Those uniforms, garbage. Just to recap, uniforms, trash. NFL's decision to reward teams for hiring minorities just to improve their draft, that's trash. That is trash. Complete trash. Aaron Rodgers not being happy with the Packers picking up Jordan Love. I know he understands it, and we all understands it. He's old. They're looking at the future. They're not looking at right now. He's looking at, well, we got to the 49ers. We got blown out because we didn't have enough weapons. Let's get me some weapons, and we can probably make this thing a Super Bowl appearance before I get out of here. That's what he's thinking. He's thinking we can get there. Trust me, we can get there. So get me some help. Will they get him some help? I don't know. Will Cam find a job? I don't know. I don't know. Is he done? I believe he's done. Moving on. NASCAR. Start your engines. NASCAR is coming back Sunday. They're going to be in Darlington. I can't believe NASCAR was even shut down. Like, honestly, NASCAR did not need the fans to be there to continue the season. NASCAR is so much more enjoyable. Well, in my opinion, because I like being able to see what's happening all the way around the track. I see that Mr. White says he can't get me on YouTube. Yeah, I don't understand why YouTube is still not working, but I'm gonna message them tonight and see what can be done from here. But yeah, they definitely need to fix that. Scam Newton. Scam Newton. Yeah, back in Florida, not Mississippi State, but Auburn, and that double. Well, I forgot the college that he went to. Yeah, the scam. But NASCAR, I felt like NASCAR could have stayed going. Not going, but they could have kept going. They could have kept the light green and kept racing at all these places. I understand that people say it's a party in the infield and practice weekend is crazy, and but I feel like that's prime time for them to really focus on the cars, getting everything right, and then going out there on Sunday and putting it together on the track. Like, they don't hear the fans. I don't care what they don't hear the fans while they're in the car. The only time they hear them is when when they get out that car and they at that line and they finish the race, they won. That's the only time. So that might be a little bit different. But other than that, I mean, NASCAR should have kept going. That flag should have been waving. It should have never stopped waving. I did not. There was a couple races in the iRacing thing that they was doing for like the video game or whatever you want to call it. That was pretty tight. And I mean, you saw some attitudes come out during that time, but I am super excited that NASCAR is back on the track, real track, and they're going to be racing. I hope Jimmy Johnson can get a win before they somehow ban the season for maybe a second wave. I don't know, but I hope Jimmy Johnson can get a win. Maybe at Darlington he can make it happen. Noah Grandson, I want him to do good. I don't know if they're racing Saturday. That's the one. I don't know if they're racing Saturday, but I know Sunday they go green. The engines will be started, and I hope Jimmy Johnson takes the checkered flag. Key point number 3. What did I miss about this time frame where we didn't have any sports? I'm happy that the NBA shut it down. Because I know it's messed up, but I didn't want LeBron to win. Mr. White says the money is in television. I think most sports could have kept going without fans. Absolutely. Before I finish that point about what I missed about sports, to elaborate on that, some sports like the MMA, I seen some recap and some of those punches that, I mean, you were able to hear them. They were clean. It's like, wow. You couldn't hear that with fans around. That sport could have kept going on. Maybe baseball. Maybe, I don't know. But NASCAR should have kept going. Hockey probably could have kept going. But I don't know. Hockey feeds off the fans, Hockey feeds off the fans, and especially during the playoffs. Like, they feed off that energy because some of them arenas are just insane. Basketball, like I said, they need to, I don't know. I'm not a fan of the basketball right now because of all the whining and nonsense that goes on with Gooba Gabba Gooba, and it's just a bunch of ugh. But NASCAR should have definitely kept going. I do know this. They better not cancel college football. I mean, there's nothing I can do if they do cancel it. But fall is coming. You've taken away everything else. You try to take all our freedom and everything else. Don't take college football away. At least let the regions that are not experiencing high numbers continue to play. Even if it's just regular season games, you're playing for your conference championship, SEC, ACC, Big 12. Even if that's just it, let them do that, and we will be satisfied. No one's really paying attention to the Pac-12 anyway. No one's paying attention to the Pac-12. Who cares? No one is really worried about the Pac-12. California has so many issues. No one's thinking about Pac-12 football over there. Like, it's not even. I mean, they don't really pay attention to football over there. I mean, we've seen their championship game. There's no one in the stands. No one. Come on. Let the Pac-12 sit out this year. Let the SEC and the ACC, and if the Big 12, Texas, they have more than enough teams to just start their own league. Let them play. Let them play. As long, like I said, as long, Pacu, exactly. As long as the numbers are not showing, hey. But if the numbers are low, let them play. The sun is the sun is going to start killing all of this anyway. They said hot temperatures kill the disease or kill the sickness or whatever it is. It kills it. So I don't see what the reasoning would be to not have football in the SEC, football in the ACC, and football in the Big 12. Big 10 maybe can go. I don't know. It depends on the temperature, I guess. I don't take away college football. I mean, you can take away NFL. I personally don't care about the NFL, but college football, don't take away the college football game. Let's play college football and make sure all the players are safe. I mean, if there's an issue of someone seems sick or something, just shut it down. We can go have capacity at stadiums, and there's a way to figure this out. And you get these commissioners should have been figuring it, should have been putting a plan together way back in February. Just a contingency, just to make sure. Hey, well, if we do end up having football, this is how we're gonna go about having football. You know, I feel like no one has really planned in the sports world about how to make it happen. But I hope we have some sports coming late summer, going into the fall. But that's where we are. We're in a holding pattern, and as long as the NFL can continue to give me topics to talk about, I will come on every Friday and talk about something sports related. If we have something to go on about sports. So if you see the ticker bar, you see there it says next Friday I will have Mark Skoll Jr. on with me, and we will be talking the Last Dance. Sporting. We'll be talking the Last Dance. Michael Jordan. This docu series that they put on him. I guess it's a generation disconnect. Like it I don't get how some people are saying LeBron James, and I mean we can have a lot of great players. I don't know. I don't understand why it can't be more than one great player. But Jordan is the greatest. He gave birth to, not saying he gave birth, but Kobe mimicked his style, and we didn't, like Kobe even said it. We didn't have Jordan, there wouldn't be no Kobe. So everyone that's mourning Kobe and and saying all these great things, Kobe told you guys, it wouldn't be me if there was no Jordan. So understand the impact that Jordan had on basketball and a whole generation while he was playing. The how hard he had to work and how hard he had to be on his teammates, and how he never quit, how he never gave in. He was always attacking. He never settled, and that's the things I like. That's the things I like about him. He never gave up. He was always attacking. He had that killer mentality, working hard. And I'm not saying LeBron James doesn't work hard, but what I am saying is that I've seen LeBron James quit in games. I've seen LeBron James take plays off. All that, I've seen that vividly in games, especially during the playoff time, and that rubs me wrong. I've seen LeBron James open his mouth and say things that doesn't make any sense, and it's in this world. For some reason, people felt like Jordan should have been speaking out on things. Maybe Jordan didn't feel like he was in the right place to speak out on things that was happening in communities because he wasn't in the community. He was playing basketball, living a lavish life. His shoes were number one. What does that look like? Someone speaking out on something that he knows nothing about. He can talk about how he grew up and how it was when he was growing up, but he can't talk about current situations in the community. He's not a part of it. He's not a part of it. And you have LeBron James just running his mouth about things and being decisive. And that's another thing I don't like about him. Being decisive. I can't get with that. But anyway, next Friday, I will be having Mark Skoll Jr. on with me. We'll be talking The Last Dance, Michael Jordan series. That should be a very fun topic. We're going to do some other things. So before we get out of here, let's run through the contact list and the new audios that you can hear me on. So as you see the contact information, if you're watching, well, you can't see it on YouTube because YouTube is acting crazy, but YouTube, once I get it up and running, please subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up and like it. PayPal, if you want to donate to the show, paypal.me, see through it. Twitter, follow me on Twitter. If you're watching this via Periscope, go ahead and hit that follow button. Join the conversation there. Facebook.com/STIPODCAST. Give that page a like, a thumbs up, and follow. Join the conversation there also. If you're on Instagram, follow me on Instagram at Brian Sales. And if you'd like to contact me about collabing, email me at SeeThroughItPodcast@gmail.com. And here you are. For everyone that didn't want to watch me live or didn't have the time to watch me live, you can catch me in audio. You can put me in your car and you can ride to work or to the beach or wherever and listen to me strictly through the radio. Anchor.fm. Listen to me on Spotify, Radio Public, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Pocket Cast, and Breaker. So make sure you check all those out, or any one of those out. You don't have to check them all out. Just pick one. Listen to me there if you want to, play it at work or when you're working out or whatever. You can check me out via audio. So again, a very, 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 very big thank you to Mr. White at C&J Tire and Service. Greatly appreciate everything you're doing for the show, your support. You're always popping up into the chat room and always checking out my episodes. I greatly appreciate that. If you are in the Tennessee area or if you are driving through the Tennessee area and you need some service done, look up C&J Tire Service and he will take care of you. A very good guy, hardworking man. Put your trust in him for your car, and I'm sure he's going to take care of you and send you on your way. So, again, Mr. White, thank you again for all that you do. That is the show, folks. Make sure you're here next Friday if you're wanting to see the conversation about The Last Dance. Also, I will be back next Wednesday. We have an episode. I'm not going to tell you the title yet. We'll wait till we get closer to that day. But we're getting official. I have a calendar. I have a planner. I have so much. It's early in the season. We're only getting started. It's only getting started. Things only get better. So things will get better. So thank you. Everything will be working soon also, hopefully. So thank you for tuning in. You guys have a nice night. Remember, don't be blinded by the media. #SeeThroughIt. I am your host, Brian Sales, and this is the See Through It Podcast. Peace.